Hello and welcome to Film Companion South. You're watching Not a Tolly Review. My name is Hriday Ranjan. This week's release is Manchi Rojulochaie, directed by Maruthi, starring Santosh Shoban, Mehreen Pirzada and Ajay Ghosh. Ajay Ghosh plays Gopalam, a middle-class father who suffers from anxiety attacks. He lives in constant fear for his life and buys into the scheming plans set by his neighbors who cannot stand the fact that he is always happy. When the film begins, Gopalam is scared that his daughter, played by Mehreen, might be in a relationship with a guy. This fear stems from his neighbor whose daughter also ran away with a guy she was in love with. Mehreen is in a relationship with Santosh Shoban, her colleague who works with her in Bangalore. When Gopalam suspects that his daughter is in a relationship with Santosh, he coaxes her into cutting off all contacts with the guy. Now, will Santosh be able to convince his prospective father-in-law about his good intentions and win back his love? Right off the bat, Manchi Rojulochaie starts off with a wafer-thin plot, or should I say a putarekulu thin plot. So thin is the plot that the central conflict of the film changes into three different conflicts, like a drunk snake meandering about in a desert. When you are just invested in one conflict, director Maruthi zooms off from there and lands in another conflict. Maruthi's films usually feature a lead who is suffering from some sort of illness. His stories are small in scale but large in heart and are usually enjoyed by the entire family. This film, though, propagates regressive themes like a father should protect his daughter from love and relationships. The film's conflicts are also so flimsy. This is the kind of film that could have been resolved if the characters just sat down and had a discussion with each other like mature adults. Surprisingly, the only risk that Maruthi takes with the film is the role that he writes for Ajay Ghosh. For all practical purposes, Ajay Ghosh's character is the lead of the film, featuring in each and every frame of the film. What could have been a cute story about a father living with constant heightened fears gets muddled into a mishmash of plots and conflicts strung together by comedy scenes that are wishy-washy. Some of them work, but they are too few and far between. This is not for a lack of casting though. We have the usually dependable Vennela Kishore, we have Vaiva Harsha, Saptagiri, Srinivas Reddy and Sudarshan. But the director fails to elevate their roles from those of mere sidekicks. If you cast comedic actors like Kishore and Sudarshan and you still have to make them take off their shirts for a few extra laughs, you know that the film is gasping for comedy. Santosh Shoban has an ease into his performance, at least when he settles into his own in the second half. But Mehreen as the heroine gets nothing in terms of writing. She has a few songs but seems as confused as the writers of the film. Ajay Ghosh is the real star of the film, but the film fails to extract a memorable performance from him. Surprisingly, the film settles into its own in the second half. The laughs appear more frequently and the film leaves behind its generic nature. However, the constantly changing conflicts and a message that seems to have been ripped off from Modi's 8 p.m. addresses to the nation hold the film back from becoming a truly innovative or memorable experience. Also, I am not a doctor, but if I were a doctor, I would have been truly offended by this film. The director trivializes the pandemic and the effort of doctors by his depictions. This film by Maruthi really needed some servicing and overhauling. Manchi రోజులు వచ్చి ఉంటాయేమో కానీ మంచి scripts ఇంకా రాలే. If you are interested in a truly unique film, watch Family Drama starring Suhas. It's a film that is ballsy and has a unique tone thanks to a spectacular sound design and wonderful performances. Thank you so much for watching our review of the film Manchi Rojulochaie. Please remember to press the bell icon and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you do subscribe to our YouTube channel, your boss will give you a nice bonus at least next Diwali. Happy Diwali!